Hey guys, and welcome to another Spectres of the Rail video, but this isn't really a video directly about Spectres of the Rail. It's one that we're going to quickly take a look at a discussion that's cropped up since the change to the Draco node from interception to survival, and that is about the Draco strat and XP farming. Now, I know that I've been maybe a bit outspoken in the past saying I don't take part in the whole Draco style farm. For those that aren't necessarily aware of the strat, it includes a main damage dealer, usually Sarin or Exgal or Banshee now, buffer like Rhino or Mirage, Trinity for EV, and then one other frame that can either be a leech to rank a frame up or another buff frame. Then you'll stack up together Trinity EVs, damage dealers, spam the damage abilities to nuke the spawns as quickly as possible. Draco was the best node for this. High level enemies, small map, this insanely effective. 2 or 3 waves, max just about everything, and now Draco's gone 2 or else 3 nodes have actually popped up to replace it. But this, is it actually a problem in of itself? Well, honestly, to be honest, no, not really. I've been critical about the strat in the past, refusing to do it for the most part, mostly because it doesn't suit my playstyle. But realistically, Draco and this sort of strat are a symptom of the problem, not the problem itself, and I really don't have anything against those people that want to do it that way. Look guys, Draco is by far not the first node to be like this, god no. Those that have played for a few years will remember Zinni. To be honest, that was the original farm everything place, infested defense map that would drop everything. We've had Viva, we've had E-Gate, we've had Draco. Now we've actually got 2 or 3 nodes now that do the same job as Draco with the new star map. Some people will always go to the areas that give them the most XP, and do it in the quickest way possible, not necessarily to bypass content, but to not have to deal with things that they don't enjoy doing. Not everyone wants to level 1,000,000 weapons from mastery, because we do have a ton of weapons in Warframe, or put 7 Former on everything due to the Prime mods. So XP farms like this suit them because they don't really have to deal with any of that. But now Draco is gone, does it mean this practice will stop? No, of course it's not going to. In fact, like I said, multiple nodes have already popped up to replace it. So at what point do we start thinking about going after the cause of the problem, not the effect? And the cause of the problem is this, in my opinion. It's really not about the XP per kill that we get or anything like that. Personally, I think the overwhelming problem right now is the shared affinity range, and the problem that causes with certain game modes. Now, why do I say this? Well, the thing is, the XP in these farm missions, the actual maps are usually small enough so you can just cap a couple of objectives and defend them with abilities that have ridiculous range, like Sarin and Banshee, like I said, Excalibur. But always, everybody is grouped up to be able to take advantage of the shared XP that you get. It's a major part of the farm. So the XP you get in the missions is clearly more than enough. But what is causing problems is that 50-meter range. Take for example, the new, I'm going to butcher the name again like I did in the last video, Berahenia map on Sedna, the interception there. As you can see from the screenshots in the background now, if you are all moving around trying to play the game normally, defending the points from attack, every single one of the points is out of range of each other. So if you're trying to stop A from being attacked, for example, while your teammates are stopping, well, not even C, which is the other side of the map, but D, which is right in the centre, you are out of the passive XP range of the rest of your team. This is effectively punishing people for playing the objective. And this isn't the only game mode or map that does it. Most interceptions do. Survival does more often than not, because sometimes you can be in the same room as someone else, but the room can be bigger than 50 meters. So you're trying to stick together with your team, but you're at one end of the room, and your teammates at the other end. Guess what? Neither of you are getting your shared XP from each other. Excavation. That's exactly the same. More often than not, if you move away from the excavator to go and do something like pick up power from the power carriers, you'll be outside of the shared XP range of each other, punishing those that stay close to the excavator to defend it, and those that go out to actually go and get the power, because you're not in range of each other. It's not like people are not playing the objective and are just hallway heroing 1,000,000 miles from the objective. This is legitimately punishing players for being there, defending and playing the objective. So how would I go about fixing this, changing this? Well, honestly, for me, I would say it's simple. Remove passive XP range and have it map void again. Now that is a pretty bold claim, but also a pretty simple solution that solves everything from hallway heroing and people getting pissed at people doing hallway heroing, and also the leveling speed of weapons. Now, I know people are going to say, well, what about AFKers and leeches? It's a valid concern, of course, but we have the ability to report people that are just joining missions and going AFK constantly. We also have the AFK system that could deny them XP if they're AFK in the mission for too long. Honestly, in a fast-paced game like Warframe, 50 meters might make sense to certain abilities and stuff for, balancing reasons. But for XP from your teammates, it's unnecessary. And it is causing this unintended effect of people getting frustrated with leveling stuff and resorting to XP farming techniques like the Draco strat. In fact, another idea I've been thinking of is an effective boost to your weapon each time that you former. I know we have this thing with initial mod capacity based on your mastery rank. Has been a fantastic way of making formering everything way less painful. However, I would love to see some return on the investment of putting your former on the weapon. The way I was thinking of this was maybe you get extra XP towards that weapon. For example, you have the base weapon at 30. That would give like a 0% boost to the XP. Putting on a single former would be 10%, making it level 10% faster. 2 former would level up 20% faster, up to maybe a max of 50%, just to stop things getting a bit crazy. Not only could this be used to reward those that enjoy mastering their weapons fully, with the use of former making them quicker and quicker to level, but also would actually use their effective mastery on that weapon to maybe help reduce the grind for focus, giving you a major boost to players that choose to use that mastered weapon to buff their focus farm, and combine then a lens with their favourite weapon, so it sort of combines the two systems a bit more. All of this could potentially reduce the feeling that you need to go to these Draco style missions to be able to level quickly and effectively. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of stigma attached to the Draco farm, that if you're a Draco farmer you automatically suck and stuff like that. We need to try and stop splitting the community on stupid silly issues like this. I've said it before, I personally do not like doing Draco, and I don't like it when people say all my former comes from Draco, because actually I put a lot of effort into formering stuff that isn't necessarily the sort of Draco strat, semi-AFK kind of thing, because that's not my playstyle. But I don't have ill feelings towards those that do, because not everybody gets to play Warframe as much as I do, and former in the same way as I do. But not everyone even has the inclination to max things quite the same way either. With servs and weapons like Syndicate primaries locked behind a Mastery 12 wall, some people do the quickest farm just to be able to get those very, very strong weapons. But the thing is, and you will have heard from both myself and Frozen, we both said it multiple times on the stream last Friday, Draco and nodes like Draco, playstyles like the Draco XP farm, are not the problem. They have become an unintended consequence of the problem, and that is that playing objectives, playing the game modes as they're meant to be played, punishes you far more. It punishes you so much more than just grouping up like the Draco farm does. Changing Draco from interception to survival has just shifted that tactic elsewhere, just like changing Zinni did, just like changing Viva did, just like changing E-Gate did. It pushed the tactic onto Draco. Until you change the root cause of the problem, you will not reduce the need for tactics like the Draco farm. So as always guys, I'd love to hear your opinions on this in the comments below. Last few videos I've asked for opinions and they have been awesome, so it's something I'd love to do more regularly. But for now, I shall go back to leveling my Kavats, ready for a video when I have them finally finish formering. It's looking like it's going to be 5 former apiece, so it's a bit of work. But as always guys, many thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video.